The Ballad of Flamebringer, Part 2, copyright 2001, J.H. Reese, audio version, copyright 2008. There was no army, there was no navy, the king was off his feet. The next spring news did bring, Prince had an invasion fleet. In came the fleet, Ida got on his feet, and prepared for the slaughter. The king went for the foe, the witch went below, and visited her stepdaughter. And the witch plucked the scale, the pain made the worm quail. As she watched the witch unleash magic, her hair began to crackle, as she began to cackle, and looked demonic. The witch leapt off the ground, and thrice spun around. She raised her uncle the demon. The worm's breath grew thin. The witch was kin. The witch was a dragon. The witch she spake, make Ida a drake, tossed a scale in the cauldron. The demon did grin, for the secrets within would make him no mere dragon. Ida with a glance saw the falling lance, felt his blood leaching. The demon came, called his name, the foe began screeching. His armor went burst, he felt mighty thirst, his tail began creaking. There was a loud groan, Skill skin did tone, her vent began leaking. The necks lengthened, legs strengthened, her body grew, lips pulled back from a painful grin, revealing sharp teeth within. Away her manhood flew. The dragons did keen, new birth of a queen, meant the dragon's star was rising. Flamebringer stood, outflared her hood, to a new beginning. She gazed below upon former foe, thought that they were sleeping. She raised a paw, unsheathed a claw, men below were weeping. The winds called her name, told of a new game, carried the scent of cattle. She spread her wing, off the ground did spring, and vanished from the battle. The witch freed her stepdaughter, told her to leave before arrival of brother. Go to the dragons by the falls, if you them my name give, they will shelter you in the cave. Tell them their granddaughter calls. The witch needed sleep, in the prince did creep, the cauldron was cold. From the hook it was unhung, and at the witch was flung, in a manner most bold. She had no time to scream, before she began to steam, wished to be dead, gave a shriek. Then a squeak, skin began to shred. Her clothes they stank, her body shrank. Prince picked up her hat, kicked aside the gore. Twitching on the floor was a rat. Flamebringer ate her fill, then looked for a hill with a cave. The dragon inside did not want a bride. Flamebringer, I cannot you save. She went to the drake beside the lake, he stretched out his neck. Flamebringer, my dear, you are much too near, I'm going to give you heck. The drake lashed out with his mighty snout, and pinned her to the floor. A war to prevent, she showed him her vent, and gave him a dirty roar. 'Twas a new thing, more delightful than spring, that drake was a seasoned pro. He entered her hard, it felt like a shard, she gave a surprised bellow. Squeals of delight ran through the night, that drake he taught her well. The love that they made would embarass a shade, that cave was hotter than hell. Flamebringer, my dear, please stay near, I want you for my lover. The air is cold and nights are bold, I'll keep you safe forever. One morning she woke up from her slumbers. Outside dragons stood in great numbers. They had been driven from their lairs. Prince's army had come, sounding the drum, forcing them to flee from former wares. As they gathered round Flamebringer and her mate, there just had to be a twist in fate. A worm into her did bore, I am your daughter, former father, fair Margaret, no more. They talked over the fate of the witch, someone squawked. It was complete mystery. She was banished, or had vanished. It looked like the witch was history. Flamebringer flew to the castle. Her son she wanted to hassle. She was stopped short. Prince held a rat by the tail. Over a flaming pail he gave a retort. Former father, look at stepmother. Prepare to meet your doom. The rat did cry. He does not lie. Flamebringer was filled with gloom. She fled the scene in a manner unbefitting a queen, and returned to the lake. Dragons knew not war. They would flee at the gore. Flamebringer told the drake.